Okay, we have got our last one, yoga for Christmas. I was going to do a Christmassy flow and bring in all those movements that we relate back to Christmas shapes and things. And then I thought it was maybe nicer to have a practice where we can use it over Christmas. So one that we break down into 3 distinct parts. I'm giving myself a headache because I'm going to have to try and match it to the music so that we finish at the right point. But when we do it on catch up, I'll be able to put the times that you can jump to. So if you want a quick sort of 15-minute practice, you can pick which bit you want to use. So nice to fit in when people are busy. You'll need a strap and a block or a pillow or something to pop under the hips for supported bridge. If you haven't got them to hand, don't worry too much. You can manage, but that's just for the last little section. Okay, let me get ready with music. We'll put it all on at the same time. All right, so if you're using the playlist, pop it on now and we'll start in child's pose. All right, so find a nice, easy child's pose. Walk yourself into it, drop the head, lengthen through the spine. Take some deep breaths and just begin to settle. You may have just stepped away from a busy day, maybe needing to just grab those 10 minutes to yourself. So as you land here on your mat, connect straight away to your breath. Our breath is always there to anchor us. So we don't necessarily have to change it, we just need to be aware of it. The minute we start to consciously breathe, we begin to slow the breath. We notice where we can take the breath a little bit deeper. Maybe expand that little bit more or release it that bit further. Stay here with your breath for a few more rounds. Take from it what you need. If you need a big inhale, a big stretch of the ribs as they expand, or a big exhale, take it here. And then when you are ready to build it into a side stretch, walk the fingertips off the mat to the right hand side. Walk the hands over as far as feels comfortable, then sink into it. Draw the hips back to the left heel. And allow the next few breaths to expand through the left rib cage. And then moving nice and slowly, walk back through center. Same thing over to the left hand side. Drop into the shape, hips to the right heel. Breathe into the right hand side. And then bring yourself back to center. Moving nice and slowly, start to lift up. Leave the hands and knees where they are. Just lean forward, draw the heart through between the upper arms. And then take it back, hips to heels. Move it forward and back a few times. If you feel it in your low back, you can always bring it forward with a rounded spine, more like a cat. And take it back, so you actually keep the tailbone tucking under. So there's always that option there for you if you want to stretch through the back. Either is fine. And take a couple more forward on your inhale. And then next time you come up towards all fours, just reposition the knees a little narrower underneath the body. Take some easy hip sways side to side, like you're squeezing shoulder towards hip. And then move that into more body circles. So really any free movement. We're really sort of doing just alternative cat and cows. So if you morph into those cats and cows, that doesn't matter. But if you want to take the movement a little differently, find what feels good. Lovely. And when you are ready to tuck the toes, take the hips up, find your downward dog. And give yourself time here to land. Pedal the legs. Connect with your breath. Notice just how the body's feeling. You may settle into stillness. You may keep the movement going. Lovely. And then bring the knees down to the mat. Tabletop position. Keep the fingers spread nice and wide for support and stability. We're taking the right leg back behind us, but keeping the knee at a 90-degree angle. So sort of knee, ankle, and hip will all work at that 90 degrees. All right, take an inhale. And then bring the knee through towards the nose as you exhale. Nice and easy, inhaling to lift, like we're kicking foot to the sky. Exhale, draw it in. Keep it flowing with your breath. Next time you send that leg back, start to circle it round, so open the hip and draw some circles with that right knee. The shape doesn't matter too much. Just notice that movement working into the hip. And when you next finish, send the right foot back, tap it down to the floor, lift back into a downward dog, just to pedal out through the legs. Release any tension that's building in that supporting leg. And then reset, drop the knees down. We'll take the other side. So sending that right leg back, bending at knee and ankle. Take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Just keep it flowing with your breath. And then when you next lift that left leg up, whenever you get there, transfer into those hip circles, drawing circles like you have a marker pen on the knee. So a little mix of creating space in the hip, but also just waking the muscles up. When you next extend the leg back, tap toes down to the floor, return to your downward dog. And then from there, as you inhale, come forward into your high plank. Top of your push-up, press the earth away from the front of the body. Knees can drop or you can keep them lifted here. That doesn't matter either way. Take a breath in and then slowly lower yourself all the way down to the mat. Lovely. Just make a little pillow for the head. Drop the forehead down. And bend just the right knee. So you're taking that same position with the foot towards the sky. And then keeping the hips and the pubic bone pressing into your mat. Just do little lifts with that right knee. So it might not be very high. It's just the glute activating. Try not to feel it in the low back. And then swap it over, extend the right leg down, bend the left knee, flex the foot. Little pickups of the left knee. Lovely. Release the legs. Widen the feet a little bit, take pressure off your low back. Place hands underneath the shoulders, draw the elbows in. Breathe in as you lift the heart through. Breathing out, take it back down. Just nice, easy cobras with your breath. Keep them flowing. We've got one more to take. If you want to inch the hands slightly further down the body, you can. And then press when you're there. Back through all fours, tuck the toes, downward dog. So keep all this movement nice and easy. If you need to move through a kneeling position, you can. We're stepping the right foot through. So either kneel down to take it or just lift the right leg up. Step it through between the hands. However you arrive there, drop the back knee down, pick up the body, hands behind the back and open the chest. Sink into that low lunge, lift the gaze, breathe into the front of the body. Lovely. Drop the hands back down, left hand to the floor, evolved lunge, open that right arm up. And as you arrive here, you can circle the arm if you want to, or just keep it lifted and expand through the chest. Feel that spiraling from the waist. Find space to breathe. Yeah, or movement into that shoulder. When you next reach up, if you're circling, drop the fingertips behind the head. Take an inhale, open that right elbow. As you exhale, tuck it down and almost underneath the body, like you're sending the elbow back to the left thigh. Yeah, so use your inhale to open, your exhale to close and tuck. Couple more with your breath. Okay. Next time you lift and open. Bring the hand back down. Bring it inside your right foot. So we're in a very sort of easy lizard. Maybe come up onto fingertips. Take an inhale, lift the heart. Guide the hips back as you exhale, nice and easy. Flex the right foot. And just take it forward and back. Little bit of a mix, working into the hip, working into the hamstring. That's it. Next time you come forward, heel toe that right foot back to center, pick up your back knee, step it back, downward dog. So final side, you can kneel down to get there or lift the left leg with an inhale, step it through, find your low lunge, pick up the body, take hands behind the back, open the chest. Breathe into that right hip flexor, allow the hips to drop forward, release tension. And then release the hands to the floor. Right hand stays down, left arm opens. You can just expand and reach, or you can take circles with that right arm. Either way, both ways. A few breaths to do what feels good. Lovely. Nice choices. When you next reach up, drop the left fingers behind the head. Use your inhale to open the left elbow. Breathing out, tuck it underneath, pointing back to the right thigh. And then use your breath, inhaling to open. Exhaling to tuck. 2 or 3 more. Lovely. Next time you open, stay there. Reaching that hand up and then bringing it down inside the left foot. Use tented fingertips to help you breathe in, lift the heart through. Breathe out as you straighten the left leg, pick up the left toes, and then rock it forward and back with your breath. Next time you come back to the top of your mat, stay there, heel toe back to center. Pick up your back knee and return through your downward dog. All right, from there, lifting up onto your toes, look towards the hands. Take lots of little steps into the top of your mat. When you arrive there, let the feet be hip width apart, little softness through the knees. And just hang yourself forward. Take little sways out, maybe. All right, come back to center if you're swaying. Bend into the knees, start to pick the body up, let the head and the arms hang forward. Stacking your spine all the way up. When you arrive at the top, take a loop of the shoulders. Find your mountain pose. All right. So from here, we should be starting our second stage, which is more of our movement and our flow. So just take a few breaths here, just to connect, just to be still before we begin. We're moving on to that 5th song in our playlist, if you're joining at this point. So draw that energy up through the legs, press down into all 4 corners of the feet. Draw the belly in, send the tailbone down. And send the energy up through the crown of your head. Find that balance of connection and strength, but also softness. With that awareness of rooting down through the feet, take a nice big inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms together, trace a line down through the midline, forward fold. Knees can be soft, especially if you're just starting at this point. Take a halfway lift, fingertips up the shins. Bow it back down as you exhale. Twice more, flat back, halfway lift on the inhale. And fold. One more with your breath. Bend the knees, inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. And bring hands down to heart center. So for this whole section, really connect breath to movement. Big inhale, sweep the arms up. Hinge and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. This time, step the right foot back, big long stride. Knee drops down to the mat. Keep the hips nice and level, sweep the arms up, find your crescent lunge. So every time you land here, notice the hips, draw that front leg back so the hips stay nice and level to the top of the mat. Take an inhale. Hands come down as you exhale, pick up the back knee, step forward into your fold. Lovely, inhale, halfway lift. Just the same, step the left foot back, knee to the mat. Sweep the arms up, draw that right hip back. A little bit more engagement through the core now as we float through these poses. Big inhale. Hands come down as you exhale. Pick up the back knee, step forward. Take an inhale, root to rise. Hands down through heart center. We start to add on, so inhale to lift. Draw the low belly in as you hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Right foot steps back just the same. Soften the knee down to the mat. Take one inhale to sweep into crescent lunge. And then exhale, hands back to the mat. Revolved lunge, right hand down, left hand open. So moving into that twisted revolved lunge, start to lift up onto right fingertips and the left hand back, right hand forward, facing the long edge, left hand side of your mat. That's it. Use those windmilling arms. Take an inhale to reverse, right arm lifts. Exhale, hands back to the top of your mat. Pick up your back knees, step forward into fold. That's it, halfway lift, breathe in. Left foot stepping back, dropping the knee. One breath, sweep it up, crescent lunge. Hands come down as you breathe out. Revolved lunge, open that right arm up. Yeah, from there, reach the right hand back. Left hand picks up, draw the belly in, keep it strong, press down into the feet. Windmilling arms, take an inhale, reverse. Windmill back to the front. Pick up your back knee, step forward, top of the mat. Inhale, root to rise. Hands down through heart center. We add on a bit more, pick up that vinyasa. Inhale, breathe and lift up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Step your right foot back, keep the knee lifted, rise up, full crescent lunge. So really fire the legs up a little bit more here, draw that right thigh back. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back, downward dog. From here we come forward on our inhale, high plank. Knees or toes, lower it down. You can always take an up dog or your cobra. Returning through your downward dog. Right leg lifts, breathing in. Step it through between the hands. Use a little tap of the knee, lift the heart, breathing in. Step forward, top of the mat. Keep it flowing, inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Left leg stepping back, knee stays lifted. Rise up, crescent lunge. Keep dropping into that front knee, keep the legs nice and strong, breathe in. Hands down as you breathe out, downward dog. Match it with your breath, come forward on your inhale. Lower on your exhale. Back bend as you breathe in. Downward dog as you breathe out. Lovely. Lifting that left leg as you breathe in. Step it through between the hands. Tap the back knee, lift the heart. Forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Keep it going, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. We're back to the right leg, so step it back, toes to the mat, sweep the arms up into your crescent. All right, changing it from here, take an inhale. Reach forward as you exhale. That's it, come back up as you inhale. Extend the arms forward as you exhale. One more. Keep reaching forward this time, draw the belly up off that left thigh. Either use the left hand to assist or just take a twist. We're wrapping right elbow outside of left knee, palms together. Gazing back over that left arm if you can. Extending through the crown of the head. Lovely, couple of breaths. Everything stays the same, just drop the right hand down, lift the left arm up, revolved lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, step back to plank or three-legged plank, and then lower it down through your vinyasa. Meeting back in downward dog. Right leg lifts, stepping it through. Little tap of the knee, breathe in, and then forward fold. Good, inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Left leg steps back. Come up into your crescent. All right, legs nice and strong, take a breath in. Reach forward as you breathe out. Lovely, pick it back up as you breathe in. Breathe out, reach forward. One more. Keep reaching forward, press into that front foot. Use the right hand to assist if you want to, or just take the twist, left elbow wrapping the right knee. Press palms together to help you twist. Couple of breaths. Legs stay the same, but left hand drops, right arm opens. Take the inhale. As you exhale, step back, plank or three-legged plank, move through your vinyasa. Lovely, left leg lifts as you inhale. Step it through. Tap the knee, lift the heart, forward fold. Take a couple of breaths in your forward fold. And then inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center, take a couple of breaths. All right, so we're building a different flow, different starting position. Hopefully we'll have a chance to do this a couple of times in this section. So take an inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, hands to heart center and sit back into chair pose. All right, keep the hands pressing together, thumbs into the sternum, awareness into the left leg, and then start to send the right leg back. Tip the body forward, straighten slightly through the left leg. Find your warrior three. Then start to stand up as that right knee comes through. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Squeeze that right knee as high as you can. Keep left leg supporting. Breathing in. Float that right leg back. Crescent lunge. That's it. Take an inhale. Hands come down as you exhale. Walk it round to the long edge of your mat. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Ripple forward into your forward fold. Lovely. Come back up, halfway lift. Walk back to the top of your mat, but hands finish inside the left foot and your back foot stays pretty much as it was. It's a little bit like you're setting up a warrior two pose. From there, lift your heart as you breathe in. Fold inside that left leg as you breathe out. Match it with your breath. Lift as you breathe in. Drop down as you breathe out. Lovely, couple more. Next time you lift, finish walking round to the top of your mat, pick up the right leg, standing splits, big inhale. Float that right foot back down. Lovely, inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart centered, chair pose. So we're taking the other side, bring awareness into your right foot, pick up the left leg, send it back, tip the body forward, keep dropping the left hip down. Then we start to stand all the way up, pick up the left knee, send the arms to the sky. Awareness through every movement you make, take an inhale. Float the left foot back, connect, find your crescent lunge. One more inhale here. Hands come down as you exhale, walk round to the left-hand side of your mat, toes forward, lift up halfway. Forward fold as you exhale. Come back up halfway. Walk round to the top of your mat, leave the back foot as it was. Hands inside the right foot. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Fold it down as you breathe out. You have 3 more with your breath. Lovely. Next time you pick up, continue walking round to the top of your mat. Step forward, standing splits. Inhale. And then float the left leg back. Lovely. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart center. Take a couple of breaths. All right, so we're going through that flow again, making it a little bit faster at the beginning though, breath to movement. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale into chair pose. From there, you're picking up the right leg, sending it back, tipping into your warrior 3. Extend as far as you can and then straight away start standing tall. Lift that right knee through. Reach the arms up, take an inhale. As you exhale, step back, crescent lunge. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands come down. We're adding a pyramid pose. So inhale to lift the heart. Exhale to straighten the left leg, fold over it. Couple of extra breaths. Lift it back up, halfway, flat back. And then turn to the long edge of your mat. Toes come forward. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stay with your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Walk to the top edge, hands inside that left foot. One more breath in to lift the heart. Fold forward as you breathe out. Once more. Lovely. Inhale to lift. Turn it all the way into your runner's lunge. Next breath in, we lift, standing splits. Exhale, squat it behind, bend into the left leg, find that lift through the chest. Inhale, fold, standing splits. Exhale, squat. You have 1 more. And then inhale to lift. Step it back, runner's lunge. Find your high plank, breathe in, move through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward dog, your right leg lifts as you breathe in. Step it forward. Tap the back knee, lift the heart. Forward fold. Final side, inhale, root to rise. Bring hands to heart center, chair pose. Awareness into the right leg, start to pick the left leg up. Extend it back behind you, tip forward. Find the full range of your extension and then start to pick up. Left knee lifts, arms come up. Breathe in. Step it back as you breathe out. Crescent lunge, one breath in. Hands come down as you breathe out. Pyramid pose, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold over that right leg. Couple of breaths. Come up halfway. Walk to the long edge of your mat, toes turn forward, halfway lift with the breath. Forward fold. Straight back up as you breathe in. Walk around to the top, hands inside that right foot. Breathe in. Fold as you breathe out. One more. Lovely. Come up halfway. Back round to the top of your mat for those standing splits. Lift the leg as you breathe in. Squat it behind, lift the heart as you breathe out. So lift, breathe in, and squat. One more. Standing splits as you breathe in. Drop the left toes down through runner's lunge. Step it back, high plank, breath in, and flow it through your vinyasa. Lovely, left leg lifts, breathe it in. Step it through between the hands. Tap the back knee, lift the heart. Forward fold. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Hinge and fold straight back down. Halfway lift. And fold. One final time, inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Step it back, downward dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. Release it, sighing through the mouth. Once more, big breath in. And release. Lovely, soften your knees down to the mat. We are moving into our final phase, which is just some nice slow stretches all on the floor. So we're starting with a pigeon pose. If you have had it with me giving you pigeon poses, then feel free to take the reclined version. We're heading to the floor anyway, straight after. So if you want to take this version, then feel free. You can thread the arms, or you can take it this way. We have a couple of minutes in each pigeon. So find the one that suits you tonight. Obviously, if you're starting the practice here at some point when you follow it on catch up, just take these stretches nice and easy, especially if you're cold. All right, so let yourself settle into that pigeon, whether you're lying or coming forward. If you've just done the very fast moving part, then allow the heart rate to settle. Connect with your breath. You're landing here, trying to find some sense of deep stretch and release. Notice where you're holding tension. It might not be the obvious places. So check in with your upper body, your shoulders, your jaw. Where can you soften? 4 or 5 more breaths on this side, then we will swap over. Okay, if you're forward in your pigeon, move nice and slowly back onto the hands. Take time to inch forward. You can move through a downward dog if you would like. If you are lying, nice and easy, just uncross the legs, maybe sway them out. And then take your left ankle to right knee, pick up the other side. That's it. So whether you're lying on your back or leaning forward, ease the body into this second side, noticing any differences. Are you following your breath, staying connected? Can the belly or the left hip crease soften? One more minute in our pigeon poses. Final few breaths. Okay, if you're lying, you have nowhere to go now. You can just release the legs, take a few moments swaying the knees out. If you're forward in your pigeon, just lift the body up, spin your back leg around. And from there, just roll yourself down to the mats. Just while we're positioning, you will need your straps in a moment if you're using them. All right, when we're all meeting on the mat, when you get there, draw the right knee in, lengthen the left leg out long. Take a couple of nice deep, big breaths. Soften into the right hip. And then swap it over, hug left knee in, right leg is long. All right, take it once more on each side. So swap over, hug the right shin or leg in close. Really draw the right knee up towards the right shoulder. And this time, just gently move the leg around. Notice where you have those sensations of compression, tightness. And then swap the legs again, same on the left. Hug it in close and then gently move it around. Okay, from there, find your strap. If you're not using a strap, you can just hold the, loop the hands behind the thigh or wherever you want to hold. The strap just gives us that ability to just find a more passive stretch, really. We can loop the hands, we can let go of any efforts. Flex the right foot, send the heel away. Once you start to settle in, maybe slide the left leg out, or just part way, anywhere that builds that stretch through the back of the right leg. And then try and let go of any real control. We are keeping the leg extending away. But the weight of the arms are just doing what's needed. Drawing that right leg gradually closer in. And if, like me, your right leg and thigh starts to sort of quiver and fight with the hamstring, that's okay. Just try and find a sense of softness. And if this feels a good stretch for your legs, stay just where you are. I've got a few more breaths. If you want to take it across the body, then feel free. You build a nice stretch through the outer part of the leg. So depending on maybe if you're a runner or do other things that tighten you up, take the crossbody option. But if not, stay with your hamstring. Final 2 breaths, wherever you are. And then move out a bit nice and slowly. Keep the right foot bent, or the right knee bent, as you loop the left foot, or just hold behind the thigh. Send the heel away, flex the foot, nestle the hips into the earth. And as you land there, maybe straightening out the right leg, building sensation through the back of the left leg. And then try not to force anything. Keep encouraging that left leg to travel closer to the face. And again, you can stay there, keep with your hamstring stretch. It's a really good one. You can definitely take some more breaths there. Or if you want the crossbody, keep the hips firmly on the mat and just let the left leg drop over the body. We're not twisting or lifting that left hip at all. Final breath or 2. And then again, nice and slowly move your way out of that one. Bring the feet both to the mat, hip width apart. Have your block or cushion or pillow or anything to hand if you're using it. We're just taking some nice easy bridges. So breathing in. And then as you breathe out, press into the feet, pick the hips up. Move nice and slowly, Be conscious of the low back, lowering back down as you inhale. Lifting the hips as you breathe out. Stay with your breath a few times. And the next time that you lift the hips, just grab that block or cushion, any support will do, folded blankets, place it underneath the hips. If you've got a block, you can always lift a little bit higher, but it doesn't have to be a big lift of the hips, just enough to elevate and to let them release fully. Keep the eyes closed. Every part of the body, let go. You've got a few more breaths here. And then keeping the movement really easy, just pick the hips up enough to remove that support before lowering all the way back down. And draw the knees into the chest. Just a gentle rock. Ease out the low back. I'm going to finish with a twist to each side. So really it's up to you. If you've got a favorite twist that you like to take, then feel free. The options are there to take a single leg and cross it over. You can keep it nice and easy and just drop the knees. Or you can pick the feet up and take them both across to the same side, keeping the knees lifted. You've got a little bit more of a twist then. So whichever variation you would like, find your way into that twist and then bring your awareness to the breath. Breathe the length of the spine. And nice and slowly unravel from where you are. Take any movements to realign. And then when you're ready, take the same twist to the other side. Find any remaining space with these final breaths. And then unravel back to a neutral spine. Take any final movements that you would like or need. Hug the knees, sway it out, or take a happy baby. And then when you feel ready to move into your Shavasana, take yourself there. Make it comfy, make it cozy. Adjust and move the body in any way that means you can settle and fall that little bit deeper. This is your time to simply be still, to be here. Begin to gently draw your awareness back into your physical body, into your space. Take some deeper breaths. Return small movements back into fingers and toes. Allow those movements to spread and gradually reawaken the physical body. Moving slowly, stretching out and returning when you feel ready back to a seat. Whether you have done a full practice or a short piece, just connect in with yourself. Notice the difference in the mind and the body from when you began. Feel a sense of gratitude for taking this time for yourself. And we close our practice, taking that final breath in, reaching the arms up above the head. Breathing out as palms touch and thumbs come to the forehead for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind actions. Thank you for joining me for your practice. Namaste.